Once upon the vast and mysterious seas, a peculiar tale unfolded aboard the Mary Celeste, shrouded in an enigmatic aura that bewildered sailors and scholars alike. Picture the scene. The brigantine DEI Gratia, captained by the curious David Morehouse, chanced upon this peculiar vessel sailing erratically, devoid of life or movement. As they drew nearer, the eerie truth became evident. No soul manned the helm, no bustling figures adorned the deck. It was an unsettling sight, to say the least. The Mary Celeste, a ship hailing from New York, had last been sighted en route to Genoa, laden with barrels of crude alcohol and carrying Captain Benjamin Briggs, his family, and a dedicated crew. The logbook's entries ceased abruptly after November 25th, leaving a void in the ship's narrative. When the crew of the DEI Gratia boarded the abandoned vessel, what they discovered was a perplexing mix of chaos and order. On deck, the scene was one of disarray. A wheel spun aimlessly, broken instruments littered the space, yet below deck, eerie tidiness prevailed. Toys neatly stowed away, and an unfinished breakfast hinted at an abrupt departure. Speculations ran wild, mutiny, storms, or piracy, but none quite fit the puzzle. Captain Morehouse and his crew worked to salvage the ship, eventually guiding it towards Gibraltar, where baffled authorities conducted an inquiry that yielded more questions than answers. Theories and legends emerged over time, each attempting to solve the vanishing of the crew, but none managed to dispel the mystery. The fate of the Mary Celeste itself took a curious turn, passing through various hands before meeting an inglorious end on a Caribbean reef, abandoned and left to decay. Yet despite the passage of time, the story of the Mary Celeste endures as a haunting enigma, woven into the tapestry of maritime lore, leaving listeners pondering the ghostly riddle of its vanished crew. The story of Atlantis has captured the imagination of people for centuries. It is a tale of a magnificent and technologically advanced civilization that mysteriously vanished beneath the sea. Although Atlantis remains shrouded in myths and legends, there are historical accounts and geological evidence that suggest the existence of this lost kingdom. In this video, we will delve into the mysteries of Atlantis, exploring its origins, possible locations, and the cataclysmic events that led to its demise. The tale of Atlantis was first introduced to the world by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. In his dialogues, Plato described Atlantis as a prosperous and culturally advanced nation that existed over 9,000 years before his time. According to Plato, Atlantis was a vast island located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which are now known as the Straits of Gibraltar. The people of Atlantis were said to have fallen into corruption, leading to their ultimate punishment, the complete destruction of their island kingdom. For centuries, scholars, explorers, and archaeologists have attempted to uncover the truth behind the legend of Atlantis. Various theories and proposed locations have emerged, each offering a different perspective on this enigmatic civilization. Let's explore some of the most prominent theories and their supporting evidence. One theory suggests that Atlantis may have been situated along the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a massive underwater mountain range that stretches from Iceland to Tristan da Cunha. The highest region of this ridge, particularly around the Azores, was believed to have once been above sea level, possibly forming the land of Atlantis. However, geologists argue that the Atlantic Ridge has been slowly rising, making it an unlikely candidate for the submerged civilization. The discovery of the New World by Christopher Columbus reignited interest in Atlantis, with some suggesting that North America could be the lost kingdom. The English philosopher Sir Francis Bacon proposed a connection between Atlantis and America, speculating that the American continent was once part of the Great Land described by Plato. However, the lack of a civilization matching the advanced state of Atlantis in North America diminishes the credibility of this theory. Another hypothesis proposes the existence of land bridges that could have linked Africa with South America or connected Europe with North America. However, geological studies have revealed that such land bridges could not have existed within the last 50 million years, undermining the validity of this theory. In the early 20th century, an American photographer and visionary named Edgar Cayce claimed to have witnessed Atlantis through psychic visions. He pinpointed North Bimini, a small island in the Bahamas, as the possible location of Atlantis. In 1968, an expedition led by Dr. J. Manson Valentine discovered peculiar underwater structures off the coast of North Bimini, which were speculated to be a man-made harbour. However, subsequent investigations have yielded conflicting results, leaving the mystery of Bimini unsolved. While many theories suggest that Atlantis was located in the Atlantic Ocean, recent research leans towards a different perspective. Some archaeologists now propose that Plato might have made two significant errors in his account of Atlantis. Firstly, Atlantis may have been situated in the Mediterranean itself, rather than beyond the Pillars of Hercules. Secondly, Plato's dating of Atlantis's demise, set at 9,000 years before the Egyptian account, may have been a misinterpretation, with the actual date being closer to 1500 BC. The Bronze Age Minoan civilization, which thrived on the Aegean Islands until its abrupt end in the 15th century BC, bears striking similarities to Plato's description of Atlantis. The Minoans were highly advanced in various aspects of life, including architecture, art, and trade. Their demise was attributed to a cataclysmic volcanic eruption on the island of Santorini, formerly known as Callisto, which unleashed massive destruction and likely inspired the tale of Atlantis. The volcanic explosion that devastated Santorini around 1500 BC offers a glimpse into the possible origins of the Atlantis myth. Archaeological excavations on the island have revealed evidence of a highly developed civilization that met a tragic fate. The eruption of Santorini, with its fiery lava, ash, and pumice stone, would have caused immense destruction and triggered a tsunami that ravaged nearby coastal areas. The scale of this catastrophe aligns with the magnitude of the events described in Plato's account of Atlantis. While Atlantis is the most famous lost civilization, there are other tales of submerged lands that have captivated the human imagination. Two such lost continents are Mu and Lemuria, each with its own intriguing legends. Mu, a vast continent said to be twice the size of Australia, was first introduced by Colonel James Churchward in the late 19th century. Churchward claimed to have learned about Mu from ancient Hindu texts and Mexican stone tablets. According to his account, Mu sank into the Pacific Ocean 12,000 years ago due to a catastrophic event. Despite the lack of scientific evidence, the story of Mu continues to fascinate many. Lemuria, named after the lemur, was a hypothetical continent proposed by British zoologist Philip Sclater in the 19th century. Fossil evidence of similar animal species found in Africa and Malaysia led Sclater to suggest the existence of a land bridge in the Indian Ocean. Lemuria was believed to have linked Africa with Malaysia, but its existence remains purely speculative. The legend of Atlantis continues to intrigue and captivate the human imagination. While the search for this lost civilization has yielded fascinating theories and intriguing discoveries, the truth remains elusive. Whether Atlantis was a real place or merely a cautionary tale, its enduring legacy reminds us of the mysteries that lie beneath the vast oceans and the wonders that may have been lost to time. As we delve deeper into the annals of history, the quest for Atlantis will persist, driven by our insatiable curiosity and the desire to uncover the secrets of the past. Until then, Atlantis will remain an eternal enigma, a symbol of the grandeur and fragility of ancient civilizations that once thrived and ultimately succumbed to the forces of nature. Let us continue to explore, imagine, and dream of the lost kingdom that sank beneath the sea. The legend of Atlantis is a testament to the enduring power of human imagination, fueling our curiosity and inspiring the pursuit of knowledge. The sinking of the RMS Lusitania on May 7, 1915, remains one of the most significant events during World War I. The tragic incident claimed the lives of 1,198 people, including 124 Americans, and ultimately led to the United States' entry into the war. However, the sinking of the Lusitania has left historians grappling with unanswered questions and controversial theories, In this video, we will delve into the mysteries surrounding the sinking of the Lusitania and explore the various theories that have emerged over the years. The RMS Lusitania, a British luxury liner, was on its final voyage from New York to Liverpool when tragedy struck. On board were 1,198 passengers, including 188 Americans, and a supposedly innocent cargo manifest that included more than 4,000 cases of ammunition for the war effort. Despite warnings from the German government that enemy passenger ships in war-zone waters were liable to be attacked, many Americans chose to travel on the Lusitania. As the Lusitania approached the Irish coast, the U-boat U-20, commanded by Kapitän-Leutnant Walter Schwieger, spotted the massive liner. Schwieger initially failed to recognize the ship, but described it as a forest of masts and stacks. The U-boat positioned itself for a direct hit as the liner changed course towards it. At a range of only 400 yards, Schwieger ordered the torpedo to be fired, hitting the Lusitania on the starboard side below the bridge. One of the enduring mysteries surrounding the sinking of the Lusitania is whether the liner was a passenger ship or a warship. Designed to compete for the prestigious Blue Riband awarded for the fastest Atlantic crossing, the Lusitania had hidden secrets. The liner was subsidized by the Admiralty under undisclosed agreements, and it was rumored to be armed with 12 6-inch guns. The liner's final voyage was shrouded in suspicion, with allegations of a hidden military cargo. Writer Colin Simpson, in his book on the Lusitania, proposed controversial theories about the tragedy. He claimed that the liner underwent modifications in 1913, enabling it to carry heavy guns if required, effectively turning it into an auxiliary cruiser. Simpson also alleged that the British Admiralty, possibly influenced by Winston Churchill, called off the Lusitania's destroyer escort, leaving it vulnerable to U-boat attacks. Another aspect that has intrigued researchers is the alleged cover-up that followed the sinking of the Lusitania. Writer Colin Simpson uncovered hitherto unpublished documents from Washington's National Archives and Cunard, suggesting a massive Anglo-American cover-up. The cargo manifest was believed to have been falsified, and key entries in the signal logs were mysteriously missing. These actions fueled speculation that both governments were hiding the true nature of the Lusitania's mission and cargo. One of the most puzzling aspects of the sinking of the Lusitania is the speed at which the ship sank. The German torpedo fired from the U-20 was not particularly powerful, yet the mighty ocean liner plunged beneath the waves in a mere 18 minutes. Some researchers have suggested that a design flaw in the Lusitania may have contributed to its swift demise. The ship's engines and machinery occupied too much space, forcing coal to be stored in compartments not intended for that purpose. These compartments, which were meant to provide buoyancy, were instead filled with coal, potentially compromising the ship's ability to stay afloat. However, a more sinister theory emerged from divers who explored the wreck of the Lusitania. They reported that the ship's side and bottom exhibited signs of an internal explosion more severe than what a single torpedo could cause. This discovery raised questions about the cargo hidden within the ship. Could the Lusitania have been carrying more than innocent provisions and ammunition? Did it conceal a substantial cache of munitions and explosives, turning the liner into a virtual munitions ship? The sinking of the Lusitania continues to captivate historians and researchers alike, leading to a multitude of unanswered questions and controversial theories. Was the Lusitania truly an innocent passenger ship, or did it have a hidden military purpose? Did the British government knowingly send the liner into U-boat-infested waters to provoke America's entry into the war? Was there a deliberate cover-up by both the British and American governments to conceal the true nature of the Lusitania's mission and cargo? The sinking of the Lusitania remains a tragic event in history, forever etched in the collective memory. Despite the passage of time, the mysteries surrounding this fateful voyage persist, reminding us of the complexities and uncertainties of war. As historians continue to explore and debate the enigma of the Lusitania, one thing remains certain: the tragic loss of lives and its far-reaching consequences will never be forgotten. The sea was dotted with frantic figures. The Lusitania was well equipped with lifeboats, but there had been no time to launch them all. Of the 1,198 people who perished, 785 were passengers. They included 125 children. One expectant mother gave birth in the water, and she and her baby died. Deep in the Scottish Highlands, nestled within the Great Glen, lies a body of water that has captured the imagination of people around the world for centuries. Loch Ness, a 24-mile-long stretch of water, is home to one of the most enigmatic and elusive creatures known to mankind, the Loch Ness Monster, affectionately known as Nessie. This shy and friendly monster has become a legend, captivating the hearts and minds of locals and tourists alike. In this video, we will embark on an exploration of the fascinating history, sightings, and theories surrounding the Loch Ness Monster, shedding light on one of the world's greatest mysteries. The tale of the Loch Ness Monster dates back over a millennium. According to legend, the first recorded sighting of Nessie occurred in 565 AD, when St. Columba, on a mission to bring Christianity to the Picts, encountered a strange beast rising from the waters of Loch Ness. The saint boldly commanded the creature to retreat, and it obeyed, disappearing beneath the surface. Since then, the people of the Great Glen have revered Nessie and her kin as peaceful beings, rarely seen but deeply embedded in the folklore of the region. The modern fascination with Nessie began on a sunny day in 1933, when John Mackay and his wife had a life-changing encounter. While driving alongside Loch Ness, they witnessed a massive creature emerging from the water, thrashing and churning the surface. This extraordinary sighting sparked a wave of interest, leading to an influx of tourists, scientists, and monster hunters eager to catch a glimpse of the elusive monster. Over the years, there have been more than 3,000 reported sightings of the Loch Ness Monster. One particularly notable sighting occurred in November 1933, when engineer Hugh Gray captured the first photograph of the creature. Walking near his home in Foyer, Gray witnessed a disturbance in the loch and managed to snap a picture of a 40-foot-long creature with a rounded back and tail. This photograph, although contested by skeptics, ignited the world's curiosity and set the stage for a global obsession with the Loch Ness Monster. As sightings continued, numerous expeditions were launched in an attempt to capture definitive evidence of Nessie's existence. In 1934, London surgeon Robert Kenneth Wilson captured what is often regarded as the best photograph of the monster. Wilson and a friend were driving alongside Loch Ness when they spotted a small head peering out of the water. Wilson quickly grabbed his camera and took a series of photographs, revealing an elegant head and neck before the creature submerged once again. While some experts dismissed the photograph as inconclusive, it further fueled the public's imagination. Throughout the years, various individuals and organisations have dedicated themselves to uncovering the truth about the Loch Ness Monster. In 1960, aviation engineer Tim Dinsdale managed to film a humped-back creature zigzagging through the water at an impressive speed. Convinced of its authenticity, Dinsdale abandoned his career to devote himself entirely to the pursuit of Nessie. In 1962, renowned British naturalist Peter Scott founded the Loch Ness Phenomena Investigation Bureau, LNPIB, to conduct rigorous scientific research into the mystery of the monster. For a decade, the LNPIB closely monitored the loch, capturing numerous eyewitness accounts and amassing a vast collection of photographs. However, despite their tireless efforts, they were unable to obtain the definitive proof they sought. In 1975, Dr. Robert Rines, president of the Academy of Applied Science in Massachusetts, led an expedition that produced some of the most compelling photographic evidence to date. Using underwater cameras and powerful strobe lights, Rines and his team captured images of a reddish-brown creature with a fat body, a long arching neck, and a hideous head with gaping jaws. These photographs persuaded renowned monster hunter Sir Peter Scott that Nessie might be a surviving species of plesiosaur, a marine reptile that vanished from Earth 7 million years ago. While many remain convinced of the Loch Ness Monster's existence, Skeptics and scientists offer alternative explanations for the sightings and evidence presented. Some believe that the sightings could be misidentifications of known animals, such as seals, birds, or otters. Others suggest that the Loch Ness Monster may be a result of hoaxes, optical illusions, or natural phenomena. Despite numerous expeditions and advancements in technology, no conclusive evidence has been found to definitively prove or disprove the existence of Nessie. The legend of the Loch Ness Monster has had a profound impact on the local community and the tourism industry in the Scottish Highlands. The influx of tourists and monster hunters seeking a glimpse of Nessie has transformed the region, with villagers capitalising on the fascination by offering bed and breakfast accommodations and organising monster-themed events. The Loch Ness Monster has become an integral part of Scottish culture, captivating the imaginations of people worldwide and inspiring countless books, movies and documentaries. The Loch Ness Monster remains one of the most enduring mysteries of our time. Whether a mythical creature, a surviving dinosaur, or a figment of our collective imagination, Nessie continues to captivate and intrigue people from all walks of life. While scientific investigations and skeptical perspectives offer alternative explanations, the allure of the Loch Ness Monster endures. Perhaps one day, conclusive evidence will emerge, providing a definitive answer to the age-old question, does the Loch Ness Monster truly exist? Disclaimer: the views expressed in this video are solely for entertainment purposes and do not endorse or deny the existence of the Loch Ness Monster. The tale of the Flying Dutchman has captivated the imagination of seafarers and land dwellers alike for centuries. This enigmatic ghost ship, cursed to roam the seas forever, continues to intrigue and frighten those who hear its haunting story. But what is the origin of this legendary vessel, and why does it maintain its hold on our collective consciousness? Join us as we delve into the depths of maritime folklore and uncover the mysteries surrounding the Flying Dutchman. The origins of the Flying Dutchman legend can be traced back to the 17th century, a time when the seas were teeming with adventure, danger, and superstition. It all began with Captain Hendrik van der Decken, an ambitious and unscrupulous Dutchman who set sail from Amsterdam in search of fortune in the East Indies. Little did he know that his ill-fated journey would become the stuff of nautical lore. As Captain van der Decken's ship approached the treacherous Cape of Good Hope, a ferocious storm descended upon them. The tempest tore the sails to shreds and battered the ship relentlessly. It is at this point in the story that myth intertwines with reality, as the devil himself is said to have appeared before the captain. In a moment of impatience and defiance, Van der Decken made a fateful pact with the devil, challenging God's will and sealing his own fate. According to the curse bestowed upon him, Captain Van der Decken and his ghostly ship, the Flying Dutchman, were condemned to sail the ocean ceaselessly until the Day of Judgment. While this tale may seem far-fetched, numerous sightings of a spectral ship resembling the East Indiaman have been reported over the centuries. One such sighting occurred on July 11, 1881, when Prince George, a young Royal Navy midshipman aboard HMS Inconstant, recorded a remarkable encounter with the Flying Dutchman in his logbook. The prince described a strange phosphorescent light emanating from the phantom ship, its masts and sails standing out in stark relief against the night sky. The sighting was corroborated by 13 other crew members, but tragedy struck as the seaman who first spotted the apparition fell to his death from a mast, followed shortly after by the admiral of the fleet. The eerie sightings of the Flying Dutchman are not limited to the open sea. In September 1942, 4 individuals relaxing on the terrace of their home in Cape Town, South Africa, witnessed an ancient sailing ship making its way towards Table Bay. For approximately 15 minutes, they watched the ship's progress until it disappeared behind Robben Island, leaving them in awe and disbelief. The notable sighting occurred in March 1939, when nearly 100 sunbathers on Glencairn Beach, False Bay, spotted a fully rigged sailing ship emerging from the heat haze. Despite the absence of wind, the ship sailed across the bay, seemingly heading for an isolated beach. To the astonishment of the onlookers, the Flying Dutchman vanished as abruptly as it had appeared, leaving behind a sense of wonder and foreboding. While the legend of the Flying Dutchman originated in the Netherlands, its ghostly presence has been witnessed in various parts of the world. In Britain, the phantom ship haunts the treacherous Goodwin Sands, a sandbank in the English Channel notorious for claiming over 200 shipwrecks. According to local law, the Lady Lovibond met its tragic fate on the Goodwins on February 13, 1748. The ship, carrying its newly married captain, his bride and wedding guests, was deliberately steered onto the sandbank by a jealous mate who was infatuated with the bride. The entire company perished in the disaster. Exactly 50 years later, on February 13, 1798, a three-masted schooner identical to the ill-fated Lady Lovibond was observed heading towards the Goodwins. The crew of a fishing boat followed the vessel and heard sounds of celebration and women's voices. The schooner ultimately crashed onto the sands, broke apart, and vanished. This eerie spectacle repeated itself precisely 50 years later, when another ship's crew reported a similar sighting. On February 13, 1898, a group of watchers near Deal, Kent, claimed to witness the reappearance of the ghostly ship. Subsequent attempts to spot the phantom on February 13, 1948, proved fruitless, perhaps due to poor visibility. Off the coast of Rhode Island, North America, another version of the Flying Dutchman, known as the Palatine, haunts the waters. In 1752, this ship departed from Holland carrying colonists bound for Philadelphia. However, a winter storm diverted the vessel from its intended course, resulting in the captain's demise and a mutiny among the crew. The passengers endured a harrowing Christmas day before the Palatine ran aground on rocks near Block Island. As the storm subsided, the ship began to slip back into the ocean before dozens of local fishermen descended upon it, rescuing the passengers and looting the ship. After committing their plunder, the fishermen set the Palatine ablaze and watched in horror as a woman emerged from the ship, screaming for help until consumed by the flames. For over 200 years since that fateful day, the Palatine has resurfaced along the New England coast as a spectral vessel engulfed in blood-red flames, a chilling reminder of its tragic past. The enduring legend of the Flying Dutchman continues to captivate our imagination, reminding us of the fragility of human existence and the consequences of challenging fate. Whether encountered at sea or observed from the shore, the sightings of this ghostly ship instill a sense of awe and foreboding, leaving witnesses to ponder the mysteries of the unknown. Next time you find yourself gazing out at the vast expanse of the ocean, keep an eye out for the ethereal silhouette of the Flying Dutchman, forever condemned to sail through the annals of maritime folklore. The Flying Dutchman crossed our bows, the night being clear and the sea calm. States Prince George, HMS Inconstant. The vast and mysterious depths of the ocean have captivated the human imagination for centuries. Tales of sea monsters and elusive creatures have been passed down through generations, often dismissed as fanciful sea dogs' tales. However, there are some reports that cannot be easily ignored. From ancient times to the modern era, sightings of terrifying monsters have left sailors and explorers astonished and perplexed. In this video, we embark on a journey to uncover the truth behind these intriguing creatures of the deep. As far back as 1698, reports of sea serpents living off Cape Ann sparked discussions in the Boston press. However, it was in 1817 that the New England sea monster mania truly took hold. Several sightings were reported off the Massachusetts coast, with the fishing port of Gloucester at the centre of the phenomenon. On August 6th of that year, the monster made its first appearance. Descriptions provided by eyewitnesses painted a vivid picture of a 70-foot-long, dark brown, snake-like creature. Amos Story, a sailor, claimed to have encountered the monster twice. He described its head as shaped like a turtle's and larger than any dog he had ever seen. According to Story, the creature moved rapidly through the water, with its head held 10 to 12 inches above the surface. Intrigued by these accounts, Local fisherfolk attempted to capture the beast using a specially designed net, but their efforts were in vain. Armed search parties were formed, but only one man, Matthew Gaffney, a ship's carpenter, managed to take a shot at the serpent. The creature disappeared beneath the surface and a few days later was seen heading northeast off Cape Ann. Throughout history, there have been numerous sightings of sea creatures resembling serpents, eels, and reptiles. While many of these reports are met with skepticism, some cases stand out due to the credibility of the witnesses involved. In 1848, the crew of the British warship Daedalus spotted a dark brown head with a shaggy mane peering at them from the waters off the West African coast. Captain Peter McQuay, the ship's master, reported the sighting to the Admiralty, providing a detailed account of the encounter. According to McQuay, the serpent's head and shoulders remained about 4 feet above the surface, while an estimated 60 feet of its body extended below. The creature's neck resembled that of a snake, and it never submerged during the 20 minutes it remained in sight. Later that year, the crew of the American brig Mary Ann reported a similar sighting in the same area. These consistent descriptions by reputable witnesses raise intriguing questions about the existence of these deep-sea creatures. Sea monsters do not confine themselves to a specific region or time period. Reports of unusual creatures have emerged from various parts of the globe, sparking curiosity and speculation among both scientists and the general public. Col, northwest Scotland. In 1808, a clergyman fishing off the Isle of Col encountered a hideous long-necked sea monster. His claim was supported by 13 local fishermen who estimated the creature to be between 70 and 80 feet long. Port Fairy, Victoria. Australian settlers captured a strange creature in a lake in 1848. Resembling a kangaroo with a long neck and shaggy mane, it was assumed to be a bunyip, a mysterious animal believed to inhabit remote lakes and rivers across Australia, Galapagos Islands, Pacific. In 1852, American whalers from New Bedford encountered a creature they initially believed to be a basking whale. The captain of one ship sent 3 boats to approach it, but the creature attacked, sinking 2 of the boats. Described as a grey-brown reptile approximately 150 feet long with gnashing jaws, the creature's head was later preserved in a vat of alcohol. Strangely, neither the ship nor its crew were ever seen again. These are just a few examples of reported sightings from around the world, each contributing to the enduring fascination with these enigmatic creatures. Not limited to the vast expanse of the open sea, sea monsters have also made appearances in lakes and bays, adding to the mystique surrounding these elusive beings. Isle of Lewis, Scotland. In 1856, a sighting in a loch on the Isle of Lewis was reported. Witnesses described the creature as resembling a huge peat stack or a 6-oared boat. It even swallowed a blanket left on the shore by a young girl. Sound of Sleat, northwest Scotland. 2 clergymen claimed to have encountered a sea serpent with 7 humps or coils stretching 100 feet in 1872. North Sea. In 1881, a Scottish fishing boat, the Bertie, was attacked by a fierce, humped monster that circled the boat for several hours before finally disappearing at dusk. Despite the crewman firing a rifle at the creature, it remained undeterred. Llandudno, North Wales. In 1882, a solicitor and a justice of the peace witnessed a dark, undulating creature crossing the bay. They estimated its size to be as large as a steamer, suggesting a length of around 200 feet. These tales of encounters with sea monsters in lakes and bays add an intriguing dimension to the overall mystery surrounding these elusive creatures. Among the many reported sightings of lake monsters, one creature stands out in Canadian folklore, the Ogopogo. This elusive creature has become a symbol of mystery and intrigue in British Columbia's Lake Okanagan. Since the 1950s, numerous sightings of the Ogopogo have been reported in the lake. Descriptions consistently depict a creature around 70 feet long with 4 or more distinct humps. Locals have nicknamed it Naitaka, meaning monster spirit of the lake, in the indigenous language. Legends surrounding the Ogopogo even claim that it devoured a team of swimming horses in 1854, adding to its reputation as a fearsome creature. Sea monster sightings have not been confined to the past. Even in recent times, reports of encounters with mysterious creatures continue to captivate the imagination. Siberia. In 1964, a Moscow University team reported seeing a dinosaur-like creature in remote Lake Kaya. This sighting raises questions about the possibility of prehistoric creatures surviving in isolated regions of the world. Great Barrier Reef, Australia. Diver Robert Lecera discovered a gigantic beast measuring 70 feet in length, with jaws 4 feet wide, resting on the sandy seabed. This encounter highlights the ongoing exploration and discovery of new species in even the most well-explored regions of our oceans. These modern-day encounters serve as a reminder that the mysteries of the deep sea are far from solved, and there is still much to learn about the creatures that inhabit these uncharted depths. The accounts of sea monster sightings throughout history present a complex challenge for scientific investigation. While many sightings can be dismissed as misidentifications or exaggerations, some remain unexplained, challenging our understanding of the natural world. It is important to approach these reports with a critical eye, considering the limitations of eyewitness testimony and the potential for misinterpretation. However, it is equally important to remain open to the possibility that these sightings hold kernels of truth, waiting to be unravelled. As technology and scientific understanding continue to advance, we may one day shed light on the mysteries of the deep sea and uncover the truth behind these legendary creatures. Until then, the allure of sea monsters will continue to captivate our imaginations and remind us of the vast wonders that lie beneath the waves. From ancient folklore to modern-day encounters, the tales of sea monsters and creatures of the deep have fascinated and perplexed humanity for centuries. While skepticism and scientific inquiry have cast doubt on many of these accounts, some sightings remain unexplained, leaving room for the possibility of unknown and mysterious creatures lurking in the depths of our oceans. As we continue to explore and understand the wonders of the deep sea, the allure of these legendary creatures will continue to spark our curiosity and fuel our imagination. In Search of Bigfoot, unveiling the mystery of the elusive creature. Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, Shukpa, Alma, Meti, Kangmi, Migo, or the Abominable Snowman, has captured the imagination of people around the world. This elusive creature, described as a tall, ape-like being covered in hair, has been the subject of countless stories, sightings, and speculation. From the snowy slopes of the Himalayas to the wilderness of North America's west coast, tales of Bigfoot have intrigued both skeptics and believers alike. In this video, we embark on a journey to uncover the truth behind the legend of Bigfoot, examining historical accounts, scientific investigations, and eyewitness testimonies. Native stories and folklore have long mentioned the existence of large, intelligent, and sensitive creatures inhabiting remote regions of the earth. However, these accounts were often dismissed as mere mythology until the first encounters with gorillas in the early 20th century. The discovery of these enormous animals reminded us that the unexplored corners of our planet could still hold surprises. Similarly, the coelacanth, a prehistoric fish thought to have gone extinct 100 million years ago, was caught in the Indian Ocean in 1952, challenging our assumptions about the limits of survival. Other recent discoveries, such as the pygmy hippopotamus, white rhinoceros, giant panda, and Komodo dragon, have further showcased the existence of previously unknown wildlife. These creatures were no secret to the native populations, who had long been aware of their presence. The legend of the Yeti, or Abominable Snowman, first reached the Western world in 1832 through the accounts of British explorer B.H. Hodson. Hodson described a tall, ape-like creature covered in thick hair during his time among the Nepalese high in the Himalayas. However, many dismissed his sightings as misidentifications of known animals, such as langur monkeys or Himalayan red bears. It wasn't until 1887 that an outsider, Major Lawrence Waddell of the Indian Army Medical Corps, observed footprints believed to belong to the Yeti in Sikkim. These footprints provided the first tangible evidence of the creature's existence. With the rise of mountaineering expeditions in the 1920s and 1930s, more reports of the Yeti emerged, including sightings and encounters with the mysterious creature. In 1973, a young Sherpa girl was attacked by a Yeti while tending yaks in the Kona area. The creature knocked her unconscious, and when she regained consciousness, 5 of the yaks were dead. Additional clues to the existence of the abominable snowman are said to reside in the monasteries of Tibet, but access to these relics has been restricted since the communist takeover. On the west coast of North America, from California to Alaska, stories of Bigfoot have been passed down through generations. Early settlers in the region were told by local tribes about the wild, hairy creatures inhabiting the forests. Descriptions of Bigfoot include a towering height of around 8 feet, a stooped posture, broad chest and shoulders, and auburn hair covering their bodies. Explorer David Thomas in the 19th century became the first European to discover evidence of these creatures with the discovery of footprints near Jasper, Alberta. Over the years, numerous sightings of Bigfoot have been reported in the remote and mountainous wilderness along the west coast of North America. In 1924, prospectors in Ape Canyon, Washington, encountered a group of hairy ape-like creatures, resulting in an attack on their cabin. The creatures caused significant damage but left the prospectors unharmed. Reporters who visited the site found hundreds of giant footprints, further substantiating the native legends. In 1958, a road construction worker near Bluff Creek, California, encountered a Bigfoot and managed to deter it with a candy bar. This incident brought attention to the area, making Bluff Creek a popular hunting ground for Bigfoot enthusiasts. A breakthrough occurred in 1967 when Roger Patterson, an ex-rodeo cowboy, captured the famous footage of a female Bigfoot near Bluff Creek. The film, supported by footprint casts, renewed interest in the search for Bigfoot. Despite numerous sightings and eyewitness accounts, the search for concrete evidence of Bigfoot's existence continues. Skeptics argue that no corpses or bones have ever been found, casting doubt on the validity of the claims. However, believers point to the authenticated sightings, footprint casts, and the Patterson-Gimlin film as compelling evidence that cannot be easily dismissed. In 1884, a train driver in British Columbia claimed to have encountered a hairy creature sleeping near the tracks. The creature was captured and named Jacko, resembling a young Sasquatch. Reports describe Jacko as having human-like features, but covered in inch-long hair, except for its hands and feet. Unfortunately, the creature died while being prepared for exhibition, and its final resting place remains unknown. In 1969, a creature encased in a block of ice, claimed to be a previously unknown hominid named Homo poingodes, garnered attention. Despite the initial excitement, it was later revealed to be a well-crafted foam rubber model rather than an actual creature. In 1957, the Soviet Academy of Sciences organized 4 expeditions to investigate reports of ape men in Mongolia, the Pamir Mountains, the Caucasus, and the Himalayas. The teams reported strong evidence suggesting the existence of early human forms in remote areas of the world. Dr. Jan Kaufmann, a prominent researcher, established a study centre in the Caucasus in 1964, claiming to have discovered layers of creatures known as almas. These layers were said to contain food supplies, further supporting the existence of these elusive beings. The search for Bigfoot, whether it be the Yeti in the Himalayas or Sasquatch in North America, is a quest that continues to captivate both skeptics and believers. Although concrete evidence has yet to be found, the numerous sightings, footprint casts, and eyewitness testimonies cannot be easily dismissed. As we explore the uncharted territories of our planet, the possibility of discovering new and unknown creatures even missing links in the story of evolution, remains an enticing mystery waiting to be unravelled. The information presented in this video is based on historical accounts, scientific investigations, and eyewitness testimonies. The existence of Bigfoot, the Yeti, or any similar creature is still a subject of debate and speculation. Deep in the heart of the scorching desert of Central Australia, there lies a tale of adventure, gold, and tragedy. It is the story of Harold Lasseter and his elusive quest for a fabled gold reef. Lasseter's journey, spanning over several decades, has become the stuff of legend in Australia. In this video, we will unravel the mysteries surrounding Lasseter's lost reef, exploring the conflicting accounts, the ill-fated expeditions, and the enduring fascination that continues to capture the imagination of prospectors and adventurers to this day. In 1897, Harold Lasseter, a determined and rugged prospector, stumbled upon what he believed to be a vast gold reef in the remote and desolate corner of Central Australia. However, it would be another 14 years before he could gather enough funds to mount an expedition to explore the potential riches of his discovery. Tragically, the harsh desert conditions proved insurmountable, forcing Lasseter and his companions to abandon their mission and narrowly escape with their lives. Undeterred by this setback, Lasseter immediately began organising a second expedition. It took him until 1930 to secure the necessary financing, but once again, the unforgiving desert thwarted his efforts. Every member of Lasseter's party perished, leaving him alone with just 2 camels. Eventually, he succumbed to sand blindness and starvation, meeting his tragic end in a cave where he had sought shelter. Lasseter's accounts of his discovery and subsequent expeditions are shrouded in ambiguity and contradiction. In 1929, he wrote a letter claiming to have found the gold reef 18 years earlier, near the western edge of the Petermann Mountains. However, he provided a different story in 1930, stating that he had stumbled upon the reef as a young man while travelling from Alice Springs to the West Australian goldfields. These conflicting versions of events have led to speculation about the authenticity and location of Lasseter's lost reef. In 1930, amidst the Great Depression, Lasseter managed to secure private funding of approximately £50,000 for a new expedition to relocate the elusive gold reef. This venture was unique for its time, as it featured motorised vehicles and an aircraft. Accompanying Lasseter were experienced bushmen, engineers, and a pilot. The group set off from Alice Springs in July 1930, with Lasseter as their guide. However, Lasseter proved to be a difficult and vague companion, and the expedition faced numerous logistical challenges and physical hardships. Upon reaching Mount Marjorie, Lasseter claimed that they had strayed too far north from the search zone. Frustrated by Lasseter's behaviour, the leader of the expedition decided to abandon the mission, parting ways with Lasseter at Ilbilba. Undeterred, Lasseter continued his solitary trek with the help of a dingo shooter named Paul Johns and his camels. In a moment of excitement, Lasseter returned to camp one day with concealed rock samples, claiming to have rediscovered the gold reef. However, he refused to reveal its location, leading to a heated confrontation with Johns. Eventually, Johns left Lasseter alone in the desert, doubting his sanity. Lasseter's fate was sealed as he wandered the unforgiving sands, succumbing to malnutrition and exhaustion. The news of Lasseter's disappearance spread, and a search was launched by the Eclipse Gold Expedition to locate both Lasseter and his elusive gold reef. In March 1931, Bushman Bob Buck discovered Lasseter's emaciated body in a shallow grave, buried by the local Aboriginal people. Lasseter's personal effects were also found, shedding light on his desperate struggle for survival. The controversy surrounding Lasseter's burial continued for years, with conflicting accounts of who had reburied his body and where. Eventually, his remains were relocated to the Alice Springs Memorial Cemetery, but the exact location of his elusive gold reef remained a mystery. Geologists have offered differing opinions on the existence and potential of gold-bearing areas in the region where Lasseter claimed to have found his reef. In 1931, geologists T. Blatchford and H. W. B. Talbot inspected the Petermann and Rawlinson ranges, but their assessment deemed the area unpromising. In contrast, a 2014 study by geologists W. D. Meyer, H. M. Howard, and R. H. Smithies suggested that the southern part of Lassiter's search area could potentially contain gold deposits similar to the Bushveld complex in South Africa. Despite these assessments, the allure of Lassiter's Lost Reef persists among Australian prospectors. The legend of the reef has become deeply ingrained in the country's folklore, inspiring books, songs, and films that continue to capture the imagination of the public. Lassiter's tale has captivated storytellers and filmmakers, leading to its depiction in various forms of media. In 1934, a subplot featuring Lassiter's Reef was incorporated into the film Strike Me Lucky. His tragic fate was also reimagined in the movie Wrangell River in 1936. Over the years, numerous songs have been written about Lassiter and his quest for gold, immortalizing his story in music. In recent years, documentary filmmakers have tackled the mystery of Lassiter's Lost Reef. The 2013 documentary feature Lassiter's Bones delves into the life and legend of Harold Lassiter, following the filmmaker's attempts to locate the fabled reef. The film explores the complexities of the Lassiter mystery and accompanies Lassiter's son, Bob, on his final desert expedition in search of his father's lost gold. The story of Lassiter's Lost Reef is a tale of adventure, tragedy, and the enduring allure of hidden treasures. Harold Lassiter's relentless pursuit of his elusive gold reef in the Australian desert captivated the nation and continues to fascinate prospectors and adventurers to this day. Though the exact location of the reef remains a mystery, the legend of Lassiter's Lost Reef lives on, inspiring countless imaginations and fueling the dreams of those who dare to venture into the unexplored wilderness of Central Australia. The Lost Dutchman's Mine, Arizona's elusive treasure. Discovering the fascinating history and myth of the Lost Dutchman's Mine, Arizona's superstition. Mountains hold a secret that has captivated treasure hunters for centuries, the Lost Dutchman's Mine. This legendary mine, shrouded in mystery and danger, is said to contain a vast fortune in gold. Despite countless attempts to locate it, the mine's exact whereabouts remain unknown. The story of the Lost Dutchman's Mine is steeped in history, adventure, and tragedy, making it one of the most intriguing tales of lost treasure in American folklore. The origins of the Lost Dutchman's Mine can be traced back to the indigenous Americans who first discovered its rich gold deposits. In a time when gold was yet to become a prized commodity for the white man, the indigenous Americans showed the mine to Spanish monks from Mexico. The allure of the rich ore quickly spread, sparking dreams of unimaginable wealth. Several successful expeditions were made to the mine, but it eventually came under the ownership of a Spaniard named Don Miguel Peralta. In 1871, Don Miguel shared the secret of the mine with two German immigrants, Jacob Waltz and Jacob Weiser. According to Don Miguel, his family had amassed fortunes in gold from the mine, protected by a private army of guards and labourers. However, a devastating battle with the indigenous Americans in 1864 resulted in the loss of many lives and the disappearance of the mine's location. Motivated by the promise of untold wealth, Waltz and Weiser agreed to accompany Don Miguel on a raid to a spot where gold from the mine was hidden. They returned with a substantial amount of gold, but Don Miguel reneged on his promise to share the spoils equally, striking a new deal that granted him sole ownership of the mine. Before Waltz and Weiser could return to the area, another man, Dr. Abraham Thorne, stumbled upon the mine's existence. Dr. Thorne, grateful for the kindness shown to him by the indigenous Americans, was given a gift of gold as a token of their appreciation. Although blindfolded, he noted two distinctive landmarks: a ruined rock fort and a towering rock named Weaver's Needle. Driven by the desire to find the spot again, he returned with friends a year later, but was forced to retreat due to a fierce indigenous American attack. Undeterred by the dangers, Waltz and Weiser eventually found the mine using Don Miguel's map. The gold seams were rich and easily accessible, making their efforts fruitful. However, tragedy struck when Weiser mysteriously disappeared, leaving behind only blood-soaked evidence of an indigenous American attack. Waltz, fearing for his life, hastily gathered as much gold as possible before fleeing the Superstition Mountains. Weiser, contrary to expectations, survived the attack and sought refuge with Dr. John Walker, revealing the mine's location and providing him with Don Miguel's map. Unfortunately, Dr. Walker did not act upon this information, and the map was lost upon his death. Waltz made one final visit to the mine in 1890, returning with a small sack of gold before his death. With his passing, the secret of the Lost Dutchman's mine seemingly vanished. Throughout the years, numerous individuals met their demise in the pursuit of this elusive treasure. 2 soldiers who stumbled upon the mine in 1880 were found dead, their bodies bearing the marks of U.S. Army bullets. Apache Jack, an indigenous American, revealed that his people had hidden the mine to deter the influx of fortune seekers. The entrance was filled with rocks, and natural disasters may have further obscured its location. Despite the challenges and dangers, clues to the Lost Dutchman's mine persist. In 1912, gold nuggets were discovered in the area where Don Miguel Peralta's father and his men met their tragic fate. The presence of deeply worn trails and a cache of Mexican sandals near Weaver's Needle indicated human activity in the vicinity. However, the exact location of the mine remains a mystery, and countless treasure hunters have left empty-handed or lost their lives in search of this elusive treasure. The legend of the Lost Dutchman's mine continues to captivate the imagination of adventurers and treasure hunters worldwide. Its history, intertwined with indigenous American culture, Spanish influence, and tales of bravery and tragedy, adds to its allure. While the exact location of the mine remains a mystery, the stories and clues left behind serve as a reminder of the enduring fascination with untold riches hidden within the Superstition Mountains of Arizona. The Lost Dutchman's mine, a treasure waiting to be discovered, or forever lost to time. Only time will tell. The mystery of the Bermuda Triangle, debunking the legends and examining the facts. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, has long captured the imagination of people around the world. This area in the Atlantic Ocean, bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, has been shrouded in mystery due to numerous disappearances of ships and planes. Despite the skepticism, these losses defy explanation, leaving many to wonder what secrets lie within this enigmatic stretch of water. In this video, we will delve into the facts, debunk the legends, and shed light on the truth behind the Bermuda Triangle. One of the most well-known incidents within the Bermuda Triangle occurred on December 5, 1945. 5 Grumman U.S. Navy bombers embarked on a routine training flight from Fort Lauderdale. Shortly after takeoff, the pilots reported malfunctions in their flight instruments, specifically their gyro compasses. Within 2 hours, all contact with the aircraft was lost, and no trace of the planes or the 27 men on board was ever found. Another chilling incident that took place within the Bermuda Triangle was the disappearance of the U.S. Navy supply vessel, Cyclops, in March 1918. The 19,000-ton ship was en route from Barbados to Norfolk, Virginia, when it vanished without a distress call or any wreckage being discovered. The Cyclops and its 309 crew members simply vanished from the surface of the ocean, contributing to the growing legend of the Bermuda Triangle. Since 1945, the Bermuda Triangle has been associated with the disappearance of numerous ships and planes. Let's take a closer look at some of the major incidents that have occurred within this mysterious triangle. 1947. Army C-45 Superfort vanishes 100 miles off Bermuda. 1948, 4-engine Tudor IV lost with 31 lives. 1948 DC, 3 lost with 32 passengers and crew. 1949, 2nd Tudor IV vanishes. 1950 Giant U.S. Air Force Globemaster lost 1950. American freighter SS Sandra sinks without trace. 1952, British York transport plane lost with 33 aboard 1954 U.S. Navy Lockheed Constellation vanishes, with 42 aboard 1956 U.S. Navy seaplane Martin P-5M disappears, with crew of 10 1962 U.S. Air Force KB-50 tanker plane lost 1963 Marine Sulphur Queen, American freighter vanishes with entire crew, 1967 military YC-122 converted to cargo plane, lost 1970, French freighter Milton Latrides disappears 1973. German freighter Anita, 20,000 tons, lost with crew of 32. These are just a few examples of the many unexplained disappearances that have occurred within the Bermuda Triangle. Over the years, a plethora of outlandish theories and speculations have arisen to explain the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle. Some authors have suggested time warps, waterspouts, subterranean volcanoes, reverse gravity, and even black holes as potential culprits behind the disappearances. There have been claims of UFOs collecting Earthling specimens and the lost civilization of Atlantis exerting its power from the depths of the ocean. One particularly popular theory proposed that navigational instruments are disrupted by a massive solar crystal that once powered Atlantis and now lies on the seabed. While these ideas may capture the imagination, they lack substantial evidence to support their validity. While the supernatural and extraterrestrial claims remain unproven, there are plausible natural explanations for the incidents within the Bermuda Triangle. The area is known for its unpredictable weather patterns, including sudden storms and strong currents. These environmental factors could contribute to difficulties in navigation and potentially lead to accidents or disappearances. Furthermore, the Bermuda Triangle is situated along the Gulf Stream, a powerful ocean current that can create treacherous conditions for ships and planes. The convergence of warm and cold water can lead to fog formation, which further complicates navigation. These natural phenomena, coupled with the high volume of maritime traffic passing through the area, increase the likelihood of accidents and disappearances. Despite the allure of the Bermuda Triangle's mysteries, a healthy skepticism has grown in recent years regarding some of the more far-fetched claims. Extensive statistical analysis has been conducted, revealing that the number of incidents within the Bermuda Triangle is not disproportionately higher than any other heavily trafficked area of the ocean. The disappearances, while tragic, can often be attributed to the normal risks faced by ships and airplanes. Many incidents within the Bermuda Triangle can be explained by human error and technical failures. Pilots and sailors are not infallible, and mistakes can occur even in the most favourable conditions. It is also important to consider that the technology used in the past was less advanced, making navigation and communication more challenging. While the Bermuda Triangle continues to captivate our imagination with its tales of disappearances and unexplained phenomena, a closer examination of the facts suggests that many incidents can be attributed to natural causes, human error, and technical failures. The legends and myths surrounding the Bermuda Triangle may persist, but it is crucial to separate fact from fiction when exploring this mysterious area. Let us continue to unravel the secrets of the Bermuda Triangle, but with a rational and evidence-based approach. The search for El Dorado, uncovering the legends of the Golden City, El Dorado. The mere mention of this fabled city conjures images of vast wealth, hidden treasures, and untold riches. For centuries, adventurers and explorers have embarked on perilous journeys in search of this mythical place. But was El Dorado truly a city, or was it something entirely different? In this video, we will delve into the fascinating history and legends surrounding El Dorado, uncovering the truth behind the tales of gold and greed. The story of El Dorado can be traced back to the 16th century, when the Spaniards invaded the Inca Empire of Peru. As they plundered the city of Cusco, they were astounded by the incredible wealth they discovered. Gold-plated walls, golden water pipes, and magnificent works of art were just a glimpse of the riches that awaited them. It was during this time that the Spaniards first heard rumors of even greater treasures beyond the Inca frontiers, a place known as El Dorado. Driven by their insatiable greed, the Spanish conquistadors embarked on a relentless pursuit of wealth. The infamous Francisco Pizarro led the charge, capturing the Inca emperor Atahualpa and demanding an exorbitant ransom of gold. Despite receiving the ransom, the Spaniards betrayed their hostage and continued their conquest, stripping the Inca Empire of its riches. With stories of El Dorado fueling their avarice, the conquistadors set their sights on the unexplored lands to the north. Tales of a lost city, a hidden temple filled with treasures, and even a mountain made of solid gold enticed them further. The prevailing theory suggests that El Dorado was not a place, but a person, the chief of the Muisca people, residing somewhere in the region of present-day Bogotá, Colombia. El Dorado derived his name from a tribal ritual that marked his ascension to power. The Muisca people would gather on the shores of Lake Guatavita, surrounded by towering mountains, for days of celebration. At the height of the festivities, the chief and his priest would board a raft made of rushes and venture to the center of the lake. Incense filled the air, and haunting flute music echoed across the waters as the chief's body was coated in gold dust. With the sun's rays reflecting off his gilded body, El Dorado would offer gold treasures as a sacrifice to the gods, dropping them into the depths of the lake. The assembled crowd would follow suit, casting their own golden tributes into the water. Over time, Lake Guatavita became a repository of immense wealth, housing one of the most substantial collections of gold in the New World. Despite the tales of El Dorado's riches, his people did not possess a native source of gold. Instead, they acquired it through a combination of war and trade, leveraging their monopoly on emeralds and salt. However, the power struggles and political upheavals of the time eventually led to the downfall of the Muisca chiefs, who carried out the Golden Raft ceremony. By the time the Spanish conquistadors arrived in their search for El Dorado, the dynasty of Muisca chiefs had already been deposed. The treasure hunters, unaware of this, pressed onward, hoping to uncover the elusive city of gold that no longer existed. In the following decades, several expeditions were launched in a desperate bid to find El Dorado. Georg Hohermuth, the German governor of Venezuela, set out with 400 men, but despite enduring harsh conditions for 3 years, he fell short of discovering the Lake of Gold by a mere 60 miles. Sebastián de Belalcázar, another renowned conquistador, embarked on a similar mission shortly after. Meanwhile, German adventurer Nicolas Federmann also joined the search. These expeditions laid the foundation for the eventual founding of Santa Fe de Bogotá, as Quesada, Belalcázar, and Federmann's paths converged in central Colombia. In 1545, Quesada's brother Herman mounted an audacious attempt to plunder Lake Guatavita. Enslaving members of the Muisca tribe, they formed a human chain, passing buckets of water from the lake to the mountains. This operation yielded several hundred gold objects before being abandoned. 40 years later, a Spanish merchant recruited thousands of natives to cut a deep channel and drain the lake. This endeavour proved more successful, unearthing numerous gold objects and valuable emeralds. However, landslides eventually blocked the drainage channel, leading to the project's abandonment. In more recent times, the Colombian government has enacted legislation to protect the site from treasure hunters. Yet the allure of El Dorado persists, captivating modern-day adventurers and explorers. Reports suggest that descendants of the tribes involved in the golden ceremonies still hold secret rituals in remote mountain valleys, donning golden masks and dancing before their people. While the true treasures of El Dorado may remain hidden, the spirit of the Golden City lives on, perpetuating the mystery and intrigue surrounding this enigmatic legend. The legend of El Dorado has left an indelible mark on the collective imagination. It has inspired countless books, films, and works of art, capturing the fascination of people worldwide. Beyond the allure of gold and riches, El Dorado symbolizes the human longing for something greater, the eternal quest for the unattainable. El Dorado, the mythical city of gold, continues to captivate our imaginations and fuel our sense of adventure. While the true nature of this elusive treasure remains shrouded in mystery, the legend persists, reminding us of the boundless human spirit and the enduring allure of the unknown. As we delve into the legends and history of El Dorado, we are reminded that sometimes the journey itself is more valuable than the destination. How Glenn Miller's mysterious disappearance continues to intrigue music lovers. Glenn Miller, the renowned bandleader, disappeared on a fateful flight from England to France on December 15, 1944. Since then, the circumstances surrounding his disappearance have captivated millions of music enthusiasts worldwide. At the peak of his career and only 40 years old, Miller left an indelible mark on the music industry with his unique big band sound. Hits like In the Mood, Moonlight Serenade, American Patrol, and String of Pearls catapulted his popularity, earning his band over £1 million annually. When America joined World War II, Miller enlisted as a captain and later became a major, leading the United States Air Force Band in Europe. It was during his time in this role that he planned to visit Paris for a Christmas broadcast. Typically, such arrangements would be handled by the band's manager, but Miller took it upon himself to make the trip. Despite fog warnings, he departed from Twinwoods Airfield in Bedfordshire in a single-engined Norseman D-64 aircraft, accompanied by a pilot and another American officer. Tragically, neither the aircraft nor its occupants were ever seen again. Despite extensive searches, no bodies or wreckage were recovered. The prevailing theory at the time suggested that the light aircraft iced up and crashed into the English Channel, leading to the drowning of those on board. However, this official explanation faced criticism and skepticism, with many refusing to accept it. As Miller's name and music continued to resonate around the world, various intriguing theories emerged about his fate. One of the most recent and startling claims came from John Edwards, an English businessman and former RAF pilot who has spent over 12 years and approximately £10,000 investigating Miller's disappearance. Edwards contends that Miller was not on board the Norseman aircraft when it crashed. Instead, he asserts that the band leader was murdered in Paris 3 days after the plane vanished. Edwards alleges that Miller, known for his womanizing, died from a fractured skull in Pigalle, an area notorious for its criminal activities and prostitutes. According to Edwards, authorities covered up the scandal by claiming that Miller was aboard the lost aircraft. Edwards supports his theory with evidence he has collected over the years. He claims to have spoken to an individual who asserts that Miller safely landed the ill-fated Norseman after a short flight to Bovingdon Airfield in Hertfordshire. It was only after landing that Miller switched to a Dakota aircraft and successfully reached Paris. Edwards also points to the lack of a comprehensive inquiry and the vagueness of certain records such as the aircrew report and weather conditions as indications of an official cover-up. Intriguingly, a retired US Air Force Lieutenant Colonel recalls being informed by the Provost Marshal's police office in Paris that Miller had been murdered. Additionally, Edwards highlights that an American military doctor in Paris purportedly signed Miller's death certificate. Furthermore, a band member close to Miller allegedly acknowledged that his boss was murdered in Paris. These pieces of information, combined with Edwards's tireless research, have led him to believe in an alternative narrative. In a surreal séance session at the now derelict Twinwoods Airfield, an English medium named Carmen Rogers claimed that she could peer into the past and witness the events surrounding Miller's disappearance. According to Rogers, she saw Miller walking to the aircraft accompanied by 2 other men. Miller appeared disturbed and worried about personal and other matters, expressing a desire not to make the trip to Paris. Feeling ill and fearful, Miller asked the pilot to land as soon as possible, which he did on the Essex side of the Thames estuary. After landing, Miller made a phone call to London and orchestrated his own disappearance. Over the years, countless theories have emerged regarding Miller's fate. Some suggest he was a spy on a top-secret mission gone awry, while others propose that he was so severely injured in the crash that he chose to live in secrecy. The idea of amnesia or mistakenly being shot down by a British fighter over the Channel has also been put forth. Although various wrecked wartime aircraft have been discovered in the channel, none have provided definitive answers regarding Miller's disappearance. As a result, the death of the man who entranced the world with his big band hits remains shrouded in controversy. However, for some individuals, the quest to solve the mystery carries a special incentive. It is rumoured that when Miller left England, he carried a briefcase containing original scores of his music that had never been played. The discovery of these intact scores would undoubtedly be a treasure trove for the fortunate individual who finds them. In conclusion, Glenn Miller's disappearance continues to fascinate music lovers worldwide. While the official explanation points to a tragic crash in the English Channel, alternative theories suggest Miller met a more sinister fate in Paris. Whether he perished in the crash or orchestrated his own disappearance, the enigma surrounding his death adds an air of intrigue and mystery to his enduring legacy. As time passes, the hope of uncovering the truth behind Miller's final moments remains a tantalizing prospect for those captivated by his musical genius. The mysteries of animal migration. How do they do it? Animal migration is a phenomenon that has fascinated humans for centuries. How do birds, fish, insects, reptiles, and mammals navigate vast distances with unfailing accuracy? It's a question that has puzzled scientists and naturalists alike. In this video, we will delve into the mysteries of animal migration, exploring the incredible journeys undertaken by various species and the fascinating mechanisms they employ to find their way. From the epic flights of birds to the instinctual navigation of turtles and the mysterious mass movements of lemmings, we will uncover the secrets of these remarkable migrations. Birds are some of the most skilled navigators in the animal kingdom. Every spring and autumn, millions of birds embark on extraordinary journeys, flying thousands of miles to reach their breeding or wintering grounds. The ability of these fragile creatures with tiny brains to find their way across vast distances has astounded scientists for generations. Arctic terns are true champions of migration. These remarkable birds fly from their Arctic breeding grounds in Canada, Siberia, and northern Europe all the way to their winter haunts in Antarctica, covering a distance of up to 24,000 miles. They spend 8 months of the year on the wing, travelling non-stop in a perpetual motion. Another impressive migratory feat is undertaken by geese migrating between Siberia and India. These geese fly over the towering Himalayas at heights of up to 30,000 feet, higher than Mount Everest. The precision and determination with which they navigate this challenging terrain is awe-inspiring. How do birds manage to navigate such vast distances with such accuracy? Scientists have discovered that birds rely on a combination of sensory cues, including landmarks, celestial navigation, and magnetic fields. These incredible navigational mechanisms allow them to find their way back to the same nest year after year. Birds are known to rely on visual cues such as landmarks to guide their migration. They are able to recognize and remember specific features of the landscape, such as coastlines, mountain ranges, and rivers. These visual cues help them maintain a consistent course and find their way to their destination. While birds may be the most well-known migratory animals, they are not the only ones capable of undertaking incredible journeys. Fish, insects, reptiles, and mammals also exhibit remarkable migratory behavior. Green turtles embark on an annual migration from the beaches of South America to Ascension Island in the Atlantic, a journey of 1,500 miles. Despite the challenges of changing tides and sudden storms, these turtles navigate with astonishing precision, reaching their destination, which is only 5 miles wide. Eels from both Europe and North America undertake an extraordinary migration to the Sargasso Sea. They travel up to 2,000 miles to reach this area, where they breed before returning to their familiar riverbeds. The navigation of eels, as well as salmon, has been partly explained by their acute sense of smell, which allows them to detect chemical cues in the water. Butterflies, including the monarch and the painted lady, undertake annual migrations between Canada and the Mexican border. These delicate creatures navigate vast distances to reach their nesting sites, returning to the same locations every year. The exact mechanisms behind their navigation are still a subject of scientific investigation. Lemmings, small rodents found in Scandinavia, are known for their mass migrations. At times they undertake vast movements, seemingly at a single command, travelling through hills, across streams, and even into the sea. One theory suggests that their migrations are driven by an instinct to move from Scandinavia to Britain, a behaviour inherited from the time when the two land masses were connected during the Ice Age. Even our beloved domestic pets exhibit an inexplicable homing instinct. There are numerous stories of dogs and cats embarking on long journeys and finding their way back to their owners. Whether it's a terrier crossing the heart of Australia or a cat pursuing its owners across states, these instances highlight the mysterious ability of animals to navigate and find their way home. The phenomenon of animal migration is a testament to the incredible adaptability and survival strategies of various species. Over millions of years, animals have evolved to undertake these remarkable journeys, honing their navigational skills and overcoming immense challenges along the way. Migration serves various purposes for different species, including finding food, breeding grounds, and favourable climates. It is an essential part of their life cycle and has become deeply ingrained in their genetic makeup. The mysteries of animal migration continue to captivate scientists and nature enthusiasts alike. Each discovery brings us closer to understanding the intricate mechanisms and astonishing abilities of these migratory creatures. As we unravel their secrets, we gain a deeper appreciation for the wonders of the natural world and the remarkable journeys undertaken by its inhabitants. Animal migration is a phenomenon that defies our understanding. From the epic migrations of birds, such as the Arctic terns and geese, to the navigational feats of turtles, eels, butterflies, and lemmings, the world of animal migration is filled with awe-inspiring journeys. Birds, with their incredible navigation skills, rely on landmarks, celestial cues, and magnetic fields to find their way across vast distances. Other migratory animals, such as turtles, eels, butterflies, and lemmings, utilize different strategies, including smell, visual cues, and instinctual behaviors, to navigate their journeys. The ability of these animals to undertake such long and arduous migrations is a testament to their adaptability and survival instincts. Migration is an essential part of their life cycle, enabling them to find food, breeding grounds, and favourable environments. As scientists continue to study and unravel the mysteries of animal migration, we gain a deeper appreciation for the wonders of the natural world and the incredible abilities of its inhabitants. The journeys undertaken by these migratory creatures are a testament to the marvels of evolution and the intricate web of life on our planet. The mysterious Siberian fireball disaster, unveiling the secrets of a cataclysmic event. In the early hours of a June morning in 1908, the tranquil region of northern Siberia was shattered by an unimaginable catastrophe. A massive explosion, accompanied by blinding light and intense heat, rocked the area, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. This event, known as the Siberian fireball disaster, forever etched its mark in history. In this video, we will delve into the mysteries surrounding this cataclysmic event, exploring its causes, the extent of the destruction, and the various theories proposed to explain its origins. On that fateful June morning, farmer Sergei Semenov was enjoying a few moments of respite on the porch of his farmhouse in northern Siberia. Little did he know that his serene morning would soon be shattered by an apocalyptic explosion. At precisely 7:17 a.m., an enormous blast rent the horizon, engulfing the sky in a blinding light. Semenov, thrown from his porch and rendered unconscious, would later recount the terrifying ordeal. He described a massive ball of fire that covered the vast expanse of the sky, followed by an eerie darkness that enveloped the land. The force of the blast shook the entire area, threatening to uproot even the sturdiest of structures. The remote Tunguska River Valley bore witness to the full fury of the explosion. The destruction spanned an area as vast as Leningrad, annihilating everything in its path. Herds of reindeer were incinerated, and the landscape was transformed into a grotesque tableau of uprooted trees. strewn like spokes of a colossal wheel. Even nomadic tribesmen, located 45 miles away, were violently hurled to the ground as their tents were ripped away by a searing wind. The sheer scale of devastation was only mitigated by the fortunate fact that the disaster occurred in a sparsely inhabited region. It would take 22 long years before Professor Ella Kulik of the Soviet Academy of Science would embark on a groundbreaking expedition to uncover the truth behind the Siberian fireball disaster. In 1930, he led a team of investigators to the scene, determined to unveil the secrets buried within the desolate landscape. Previous attempts had been thwarted by the impenetrable marshy forests, but this time Kulik persevered. What he discovered was a haunting sight, a landscape scarred with craters and nearly 2,000 square miles of decaying tree trunks. Equally important, he encountered eyewitnesses who shared their vivid accounts of the cataclysmic event. The eyewitness testimonies collected by Professor Kulik provided invaluable insight into the nature of the Siberian fireball disaster. People situated more than 50 miles away from the epicenter described violent vibrations preceding the sighting of a fiery object streaking across the sky, leaving behind a luminous trail. One witness vividly recalled the earth-shaking jolt that sent a friend tumbling into a river. The town of Kirensk, located 250 miles from the blast, experienced a pillar of fire, thunderclaps, and an earth-shattering crash. Even as far as Turukhansk, 600 miles away, residents reported hearing dull thuds akin to distant artillery. The descriptions offered eerie parallels to a nuclear explosion, igniting speculation about an otherworldly origin. Among the more extraordinary theories put forth by scientists is the notion that the Siberian fireball disaster was caused by a damaged spaceship from another planet. This startling hypothesis suggests that the spaceship's nuclear fuel overheated as it entered Earth's atmosphere, triggering an explosion equivalent to a 30-megaton nuclear bomb. Australian journalist John Baxter and American scientist Thomas Atkins built upon the research conducted by their Russian counterparts, presenting compelling evidence to support this theory. They highlighted disturbances in the Earth's magnetic field, patterns of destruction consistent with nuclear blasts, and the presence of trinitites, tiny green globules of melted dust containing trace elements not found in the Tunguska region. While the extraterrestrial hypothesis captivated the imagination, more conventional theories also gained traction. One such possibility is that a meteorite, rather than a spaceship, caused the devastating explosion. Meteorites constantly bombard Earth's atmosphere, with an estimated 200 million entering daily. Although most burn up before reaching the surface, a rock meteorite could explode just before impact, resulting in extensive damage without leaving a discernible crater. This explanation gained credibility as scientists discovered mutations in plants similar to those observed after atomic bombings. Additionally, the presence of trinitites, akin to those found after nuclear explosions, further supported the meteorite theory. The Siberian fireball disaster has also spawned other captivating theories seeking to unravel the enigma. One such proposal is the antimatter theory, suggesting that a mass of antimatter collided with Earth's atmosphere, triggering a cataclysmic explosion upon contact with ordinary matter. Another hypothesis explores the possibility of a black hole impact, whereby a collapsed star of immense mass collided with Siberia, bringing forth unimaginable destruction. While these theories capture the imagination, they have yet to garner the same level of scientific consensus as the extraterrestrial and meteorite explanations. The Siberian fireball disaster serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance between the cosmos and our planet. While the exact cause of this cataclysmic event remains elusive, scientists continue to study the incident, hoping to unlock its secrets and prevent future calamities. Whether it was the result of a damaged spaceship, a meteorite, or another celestial phenomenon, the Siberian fireball disaster serves as a testament to the awe-inspiring power and potential dangers lurking beyond our world. In the quest for knowledge, humanity inches closer to understanding the mysteries of the universe. As we unravel the secrets of the Siberian fireball disaster, we gain valuable insights into the forces that shape our existence. May this tragedy serve as a catalyst for scientific exploration, fostering a deeper appreciation for the delicate balance that sustains life on our planet. The black hole, unraveling the cosmic enigma. The cosmos, an expanse of infinite possibilities, holds many mysteries that have intrigued humankind since time immemorial. Among these, the enigma of black holes stands out as one of the most baffling. This video takes a deep dive into the science behind black holes, their discovery, and the array of theories that surround these fascinating celestial entities. Black holes are celestial entities, so dense and with such extreme gravitational effects that nothing, including light, can escape its pull. These invisible cosmic whirlpools are detected by observing their effect on nearby celestial bodies. Black holes are the end product of gigantic stars that implode inwardly. This process, theorized to be infinite, results in an incredibly dense entity with a gravitational pull so strong that it defies all conventional scientific laws. Any star larger than our Sun can potentially become a black hole. A star 10 times the size of the Sun would end up as a black hole only 40 miles across. The density of such an object is so high that a spoonful of the matter would weigh millions of tons. The discovery of black holes was a significant milestone in astrophysics. The first black hole was identified on the 16th of May 1973, following investigations into dead stars. The key to unraveling the mystery of black holes came from the constellation Cygnus, the Swan. An unusually behaving supergiant star in this constellation led scientists to the discovery of the first black hole. As a star approaches the event horizon of a black hole, the gravitational pulls of the star and the black hole conflict. This point of no return is so named because beyond this, nothing can escape the gravitational pull of the black hole. At the heart of a black hole is the singularity, a point where density and gravity are infinite. This is the final destination of any entity falling into a black hole. Surrounding a black hole is an accretion disk formed by matter that is spiraling into the black hole but has yet to cross the event horizon. The mysterious nature of black holes has given rise to numerous theories. Scientists hypothesize about what happens to objects that fall into a black hole and the potential consequences of human interaction with them. One theory postulates that black holes could serve as portals to different universes or even enable time travel. However, this is purely theoretical and remains unproven. Another theory suggests that mankind could harness unlimited energy from black holes. By dumping waste into them and capturing the resulting gravitational energy, we could potentially solve our energy needs. While the energy harnessing theory sounds promising, it has a significant drawback. If not carefully controlled, the black hole could grow large enough to consume the Earth and potentially the entire universe. Black holes may hold the answer to another cosmic mystery. What prevents the universe from expanding indefinitely? Some scientists believe that black holes, with their immense gravitational pull, could be the glue that holds the universe together. The study of black holes is an ongoing endeavour. As our technology and understanding of the cosmos evolve, we can look forward to unravelling more secrets of these fascinating celestial entities. Black holes are the greatest crisis ever faced by physics, said John Wheeler. In conclusion, black holes are one of the most intriguing and mysterious phenomena in the cosmos. Their study continues to challenge our understanding of physics and the universe. The more we learn about black holes, the more questions arise, reflecting the infinite mystery that is our universe. Note: all the theories and information provided in this video are based on our current understanding of black holes. As science and technology progress, these may change in the future. For further reading, refer to the comprehensive resources links in the description. The unexplained catastrophe, the Hindenburg disaster. The world of aviation has had its fair share of tragedies. However, some accidents remain shrouded in mystery and intrigue. One such incident is the Hindenburg disaster of 1937, an event that not only confounded investigators, but also scarred the face of aviation history. On the evening of the 6th of May, 1937, the colossal airship, Hindenburg, Germany's pride, was preparing for a routine landing at Lakehurst Naval Air Station, New Jersey. Little did the crew and passengers know that impending doom awaited them. The Hindenburg was engulfed in a sea of flames in a matter of minutes. The once magnificent airship was reduced to a pile of smouldering rubble. The disaster claimed many lives, leaving an indelible mark on the world's perception of airship travel. The Hindenburg, an epitome of German ingenuity, was a marvel of engineering. Measuring a staggering 830 feet in length and 125 feet in height, it was not only the world's largest airship, but also considered the safest. The airship, filled with nearly 7 million cubic FP of highly inflammable hydrogen, accommodated 35 passengers in opulent comfort. Despite the inherent dangers associated with airships, the Hindenburg had managed to instill confidence in its passengers. Strict safety measures, such as confiscating all lighters and matches, were in place. The root cause of the Hindenburg disaster remains a mystery. Some believe that it was a freak electrical charge in the atmosphere that led to the catastrophe. However, there is also a theory of sabotage. Michael MacDonald Mooney, in his book Hindenburg, accused a crew member, Erich Spell, of planting an incendiary bomb on the airship. The motive, supposedly, was to tarnish the image of Hitler's Germany. Whether it was a result of sabotage or a mere stroke of misfortune, one thing is certain: the Hindenburg disaster marked the end of an era. It extinguished the dream of airship travel, once regarded as the future of long-distance transportation. The Hindenburg disaster is a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of technological advancements and the price humanity sometimes pays for daring to defy the laws of nature. The Hindenburg disaster is a haunting tale of a technological marvel turned tragic. It invites us to explore the depths of human ingenuity, the fragility of life, and the mysteries that continue to elude us. As we delve deeper into the annals of time, we encounter many such stories, each one challenging our understanding and offering a glimpse into the unknown. Mysterious rainfalls, a downpour of the unusual. Amid the enigma of existence, the Earth has frequently been a stage for the most peculiar occurrences. These perplexing enigmas challenge our comprehension and offer glimpses into the unknown recesses of the human psyche and nature's peculiar creations. One such phenomenon that has confounded humans for centuries is the occurrence of strange rainfalls. Throughout the annals of time, humans have been intrigued and confounded by a myriad of occurrences that defy explanation. Among these, mysterious rainfalls have emerged as a peculiar yet fascinating subject that has captured the imagination of many. In the summer of 1982, a resident of Winnipeg experienced an event that would forever etch itself in his memory. Amid an ordinary day, an unusual object fell from the sky, causing considerable chaos and confusion. However, the object was not a meteorite or space junk, but a wheel from a Canadian DC-4 freighter. Such occurrences, while rare, have been reported across the globe, with a wide variety of bizarre items reported to fall from the skies. Freak whirlwinds are often blamed for these peculiar rains. These high-velocity wind events can lift lightweight objects into the atmosphere, which are later released during rainstorms. However, this explanation often falls short when it comes to explaining the rain of larger or heavier objects. In our quest to understand these extraordinary phenomena, one type of strange rainfall stands out: the rain of living creatures. Reports of frogs, fish, and even worms raining down from the sky have been documented in various parts of the world. A shower of frogs which darkened the air and covered the ground for a long distance is the reported result of a recent rainstorm in Kansas City, Mo. The Scientific American, 1873. The phenomenon of wormfalls is even more baffling. From Norway to Virginia, there have been instances of worms mysteriously appearing after a storm, their origins unknown and untraceable. American journalist Charles Fort proposed a theory suggesting that falling objects might originate from a region somewhere above the Earth's surface in which gravitation is inoperative. Several theories have been proposed to explain these mysterious rainfalls. Some suggest the possibility of dormant creatures being awakened by sudden changes in climate, while others propose the existence of a multidimensional universe. Perhaps the most unsettling of these unexplained phenomena is the rain of blood. These occurrences, often reported in medieval Europe, have been scientifically explained as a result of fine sand particles being picked up by dust storms in the Sahara and carried northward in the upper air to fall over different regions during a thunderstorm. Despite the fascinating nature of these phenomena, they can sometimes bring unforeseen hazards. A golfer in Hampshire, for instance, was struck by a golf ball following a rare double hole-in-one achievement. Despite humanity's swift strides in comprehending our world, baffling phenomena like mysterious rainfalls persist, eluding comprehension despite the relentless advance of science and technology. These narratives promise to test one's perception of the terrestrial realm and offer profound insights into the most curious and extraordinary phenomena. It is in our pursuit of understanding these mysteries that we often find ourselves fascinated, intrigued, and captivated. As we continue to explore and understand these events, they serve as a humbling reminder of the many mysteries that our world continues to hold. The Minnesota Iceman, a mysterious tale of the unexplained. In the vast tapestry of human history, countless tales abound, some eerie, others spine-chilling, filled with spectres, enigmatic creatures, and unexplained phenomena. These stories, woven from the obscure corners of our planet, challenge our understanding and offer glimpses into the unknown recesses of the human psyche and nature's peculiar creations. One such tale is that of the Minnesota Iceman. Nestled within the annals of cryptozoology, the tale of the Minnesota Iceman remains one of the most intriguing and confounding. This story starts in the late 1960s when a travelling exhibit emerged, showcasing a peculiar entity frozen in a block of ice. The exhibit was owned by a Minnesotan showman named Frank Hansen, who claimed to have found this creature floating in a block of ice in the Bering Straits and later purchased it in Hong Kong. The Minnesota Iceman, also known as the Cyberskoy creature, was more than just another exhibit. This 6-foot-tall entity was not just covered in brown hair, it also had an eerily human-like appearance. Its skin appeared white and wax-like, and it boasted a short neck, a barrel-shaped torso, large hands and feet. One of its arms seemed to be broken, and there was a gaping hole in its left eye, an apparent entry wound from a bullet. This mysterious exhibit soon caught the attention of eminent Belgian zoologist Dr. Bernard Heuvelmans and science writer Ivan T. Sanderson. Both men examined the Iceman in person, and they were soon convinced of its authenticity. Their belief in the creature's reality was so strong that they even prepared detailed illustrations and planned to have the creature described in the technical literature, a move that would have had profound implications for the understanding of human evolution. Dr. Heuvelmans, often referred to as the father of cryptozoology, was particularly fascinated by the Iceman. He published a brief technical paper on the creature in 1969, identifying it as a new species of the human genus that he named Homo pongoides, meaning ape-like man. He later modified this proposal, arguing that H. pongoides was a form of living Neanderthal. This interpretation added an intriguing twist to the tale, suggesting that a form of early human, thought to have gone extinct thousands of years ago, might have survived into modern times. However, this tale of the unexpected soon took a turn worthy of a thriller novel. As the interest in the Iceman grew, Hansen claimed that the creature was the property of a wealthy, unidentified man. This owner took possession of the Iceman and allowed only a replica to be exhibited in future. The original creature was withdrawn from public view, and the exhibit was shrouded in an aura of mystery. Despite the intrigue and the initial belief of some experts in the creature's authenticity, the mainstream scientific community largely dismissed the Minnesota Iceman as a hoax. The peculiar circumstances surrounding the creature, its sudden disappearance, and the emergence of a seemingly identical model led many to conclude that the Iceman was a clever fake. Today, the Minnesota Iceman has become a part of cryptozoological lore, a testament to humanity's relentless curiosity and the enduring allure of the unexplained. Its legacy lives on, a curious chapter in the annals of human history, continuing to provoke debate, intrigue, and wonder. In conclusion, the tale of the Minnesota Iceman serves as a testament to humanity's enduring fascination with the unexplained, our relentless pursuit of understanding, and our capacity for creating captivating tales. As we continue to explore the vast tapestry of our world, we can be certain that more such tales will emerge,